It is I, John O'Regan, the uncommon voice for the common man, coming to you today live from Shadyside, Ohio, where I have a few things to say about what happened at the NASCAR race at Homestead, Florida on Sunday. Now, in case you haven't heard, our lovely, charming, and way too jingoistic First Lady, Michelle "My Belle" Obama, was actually booed by NASCAR fans when she was introduced to the crowd. That's right, booed. Now, she was down there for some sort of program that her husband has initiated about hiring veterans, a very, very worthwhile program. It's hard to imagine that Obama might actually do something right, but this might just be it. But at any rate, they had her down there as the Grand Marshal, and they introduced her to the fans, and they booed her. Now, it makes you wonder about these damn mushroom heads that run NASCAR. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Michelle Obama and President Obama probably really aren't very well liked by NASCAR fans. There can be very little doubt about that. And having Michelle Obama at a damn NASCAR race is like having me in front of the damn Democratic National Convention and asking them all to speak English. It's just not going to work. But they did it anyways, and she got booed. And everybody's all upset about it. I don't know why they're upset about it. I mean, let's think about this. Okay, so we got Michelle Obama, who in the campaign actually said this, quote, "For the first time in my adult life, I'm proud of my country." And it looked like that might be a slip. But she repeated the exact same line in a campaign speech in Wisconsin not that much longer. In fact, it was the same day she repeated the same line. So, you really think she believes that? I mean, my God, she sat in Reverend Wright's church for 20 years with her husband. You remember Reverend Wright, not God bless America, but God bleep America, God bleep America. Yeah, that guy, 20 years they sat in there. Okay, and they listened to this anti-American, anti-Semitic remarks from their worthless preacher for 20 years. Then she goes out in the campaign trail and says for the first time in her adult life she's proud of the country. The fact of the matter is that all the people that were at the racetrack are probably more proud of their country than what the First Lady is. And they know that. They're not stupid. And then they introduce her and she gets booed. Well, it's going to happen. I do not understand why NASCAR had her there in the first place. And it's so what? Even if she did get booed, let's look at this thing. Okay, so she's down there for something with the military. Okay, now, what was it? 2 or 3 years ago, her husband never even made it to Arlington National Cemetery to lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown. You know where he was? He was on vacation. He was in Chicago. And he wasn't even in D.C. He had his worthless vice president, Joe Badmouth Biden, take care of this little problem for him. He was in Chicago resting up. After all, spending $4 trillion of the taxpayers' money is exhausting work, and he had to have a little bit of time off. So he's up in Chicago on Memorial Day. And to make matters worse, he was able to jump in Air Force One and fly back on Memorial Day evening to watch a Paul McCartney concert. That's right, a Paul McCartney concert. Remember that? He couldn't make it to lay the wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown, but by God, he managed to get his worthless ass back to D.C. to watch a Paul McCartney concert. But that's not the first time he dissed the servicemen. I mean, let's face it, remember what happened when he was Senator Obama and he was on the campaign trail. He let it be known that he would have liked to have gone and seen the troops at some Air Force base in Germany that were recuperating from wounds received in Iraq. He wanted to go see them. He was in Paris, France at the time. But when he was told by the military, yes, we would love to have you come see our troops. I'm sure the troops would like to see the guy who very well may be the next president of the United States. Come see him. Only one thing. You can't bring your cameras and the press entourage because we don't want this to turn into a publicity stunt. As soon as those words came out of the military's mouth, Obama said to hell with this and went and shot basketball someplace in Paris instead of going to see the troops. You remember that? Well, by God, I won't forget that, and that's why I'm here now. That woman and that man deserve to be booed by the fans at NASCAR. They get everything they deserve because I'm telling you this right now. I do not care what you say. I think that whole damn thing was nothing but a damn publicity stunt. That's right. Do you really think that Michelle Obama really gives a damn about the lives of our military? Do you? They're caring, well, I shouldn't say their lives, but they're taking care of them and stuff like that. Do you really think that? Or do you think they do this for political gain? Well, by God, I know what I think, and it's definitely the latter. If they really cared about what happens to the military, why do you think they did absolutely nothing when the super committee cannot figure out a way to cut $1.5 trillion from our budget deficit, and instantly it's the defense cuts kick in, because that's going to have to be the $1.5 trillion coming out, whether the super committee figures out a way to do it or not. And of course the Democrats, including Obama, they don't give a damn, that they can't reach an agreement. If it happens and these automatic cuts kick in, a lot of it comes out of the military. Now, you tell me, what do you believe? Do you believe this little publicity stunt in NASCAR? Or do you like the idea that maybe, just maybe, Obama and the Democrats really don't give a damn about the troops anyways, and they could care less how much money gets cut out of the budget deficit as long as it comes out of the defense budget? Because you know and I know what the truth is and that deal. Until next time, this is your favorite conservative, a proud American, and a proud supporter of our troops, no matter what, saying this to you now. Ladies and gentlemen, the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. Boo! Smoo! Boo! Smoo! Fraud! Fraud! Boo! Boo! Next time I say this, now!